Hello everyone and welcome to Jacqs. I am Jackie and thank you for joining me for a project share and tutorial. This is going to be a two-part series and it is about my selection for a hybrid journal for 2019. And so I created this over the winter break, and after I did it, I found that it was a bit of a raw and vulnerable video series that I created, and so I kind of tucked it away, and I was debating whether or not to share what I had filmed. Because of that fact, I don't need the judgment. I need open minds and just support and being able to share myself with you. And so I thought that maybe what I had created would help others and inspire others. And so I have decided to go ahead and share the videos that I had taken. And it's really not the project itself. I mean, I have no problem sharing that. It's the kind of behind the curtain, if you will, look into how I came to create what I did. And so it's just a little bit of a journey behind the scenes, and I hope you enjoy it, and I welcome your kind comments. And so let's get started. Thank you. Hello everyone, welcome back to Jacqs. Thank you for joining me today. I am Jackie, and I thought I'd take you down a little bit of a memory lane on my journaling. This is a collection of all of the journals and traveler's notebooks inserts that I have created for myself, and I even have journal entries digitally that I kept in a digital diary, if you will, at one time. But I wanted to kind of lay some background into the reason why I created what I did for 2019. So let me move these up here a bit. It all started when I received this particular Ziggy diary for Christmas from my sister. I hope this Christmas is the best one for you yet. Now you won't have to worry if anyone tries to read this because it's got a lock. But don't lose the keys. And then it says, love you lots, Tammy. That's my sister. You're the best sister ever. And this was back in the days when we always said, sorry, so sloppy, which cracks me up. So this is from 1981, and I have since removed the lock on it because it was really just getting in the way, and I recently just did that. So this is how my journaling started, and I actually named it Dear Bambi, and so I have always referred to my journals as Bambi. I don't know. I think I chose that because it was like my favorite show at the time. But in journaling, I even have these little inserts here of when the journaling on the one little page wasn't enough, so I'd pull out and create another page for it. I have stapled them in, and it was pretty much straight journaling. No doodling, no anything else. But that's what started it all, and I actually completed the whole year. So from there, it kind of got, hit or miss. So that was 81. The next journal I find is from 1988, and this one did not get finished at all. Look at all these pages that were still left. And this is a nice journal, an alligator journal from Preppy Gator, Quillmark. I don't even know if they are still in business, but the paper is really good quality. So from there in 1988 and 89, I used these little pocket, planners or calendars. I think they just called them pocket calendars. And I would just make little notes on what happened throughout the days there. This one is particularly tagged because I went back and made a scrapbook album for my son, and I tagged particular dates that were relevant to his father, and I wanted to make sure I included that in the scrapbook that I was creating for him. So you'll see that in some of these. But then from there, I actually did go to, you know, more planner calendar insert. 1983. Look at these. I mean, it's just, I just think it's fun to go back and look at how I have evolved. Look, this year didn't really get anything. And then I got just a few notations there. Oh, here's a Girl Scouts pocket planner. Pocket planner, that's what they called them in 1991. Yes, I'm dating myself, but who cares, right? So, but it's just funny to go back and look. What I wish is that I had spent more time journaling daily and capturing more of what I did throughout my life. Look, this one is so torn up. It doesn't even have a cover. It's just got little marks here and there. I got 3 of those, not even a whole year, I don't think. And then I went to this journal, which I thought, okay, I'm going to start again. Like, that's my thing almost every year. I'm going to start this year. I'm going to do a whole year of journaling. Yeah, that's the goal. Of course, this is mine with little piglet on there. Isn't he cute? And then when you open it up, so this is 1996. So look, I go from 1996, 1 entry. Next day, 1997. Here's 1998. Oh my gosh. 2002. Isn't that hysterical? 2003. That's, you know, I tried. At least I was persistent in continuing to try to come back and journal, you know, memory keep what was going on. I wish I really had done more because, for my son anyways, I wish I would have done more. 2004. You know, just straight up journaling. Oh, look, we're starting to get creative. That's Happy New Year. 2005. And that's kind of interesting. And so here I've journaled on the computer and then printed it out and put it in here. And there's some, and then here, this was like from chats and everything, these last couple pages. And then look, I didn't finish it. I took it to the beach with me. It got waterlogged and, it, you know, it kind of ruined the binding, but that doesn't bother me. I love it because it's grungy. Ooh, I wrote a secret message back here. I wonder what that was. Even upside down. Interesting. So the next one, this was the kickoff to actually really expanding the way I was journaling. I actually love this journal. It's one of my favorites. Well, I don't have that many to choose from at that point, right? But I started it out. Of course, I added Piglet again. I guess that's my thing. These are my toes. Aren't they pretty? I just painted them. So I really started this out with some major thought. And I put, this journal belongs to, instead of my name, I put, bringing my soul into dialogue, releasing my wounds of the past, and making magic happen. I love that. I came up with that, saying my own. I have a little token in here from, I think it's SeaWorld. It's got seals on it. And of course, the little minions. Aw. So this is 2010. Today is the first day of your journey with me. Oh, I was really thoughtful back then. I was thinking, I'm really going to journal. Well, 2010 didn't last long. Let's see. So, my son's father's father died, and we were very, very close to him. And so I marked that in here. We used to call him Bozo, so I put this little clown in here. And he had a cat named Moshi, and so, because he only had one eye. And so I put that in there to commemorate the little cat. So then it flips here to, I was in a very depressed state in 2010. And Keith Harrell, I'm not sure how you say that. My family did not come to my aid. I'm not sure that they knew what was going on with me. Of course, I don't really tell people what goes on with me, so that doesn't help. But so I came across a book of his, and I read it, and it really just changed how I saw life. And so he brought me out of depression. So after reading this book, Attitude is Everything, I started doing some of the practices that he spoke of, and it really helped me. And then later, I found out that he died. So I put him in my journal to commemorate that and what he did for me personally. It's very hard to talk about that, so I'm sorry. So, as you can see, I didn't journal anymore after that. We are now in 2011. Another Happy New Year. A new day, a new year to start again. Oh yeah, this is when I lost electricity. That was funny. I forgot to pay the bill. Oh my God, that's hysterical. Okay, so look, I'm even starting to doodle some, and we go along in life, and of course, another good friend of mine dies, and I add that to the book. But at least I'm journaling, right? And then that's when I graduated from the college. And so then I didn't write. Oh, there I am with my cake. Let's see. So 2011 did not get finished. 2012 had 2 entries there. And then we are into 2013. I lost my Aunt Zelma, who passed away. And then shortly after that, I lost my Aunt Sylvia. That's my dad. This is my Aunt Sylvia. I love her so much. I love both of them. She used to come every summer when we were kids and take us up to Cedar Point. And we would just go to SeaWorld, all those fun amusement parks. So you see, my journal became the Book of the Dead. At one point, I even went back, looking back, looking forward. I love that. Even went back, and all the journals that I've shown you, I've kind of wrote and mapped out how much writing I had actually done in my life, because I kind of considered myself a writer. I did just a blog for myself. I had poetry that I did, and handwritten stories, handwritten poetry. You know, I just have, and then my journals, I made a track of them because I wanted to know how much was I really writing. Here's the tally of the entries. And so it kind of made me think, I'm not much of a writer when I haven't done enough. So 2015, I tried to turn that around. You could see I have determination as something I was striving for. So I was trying once again to journal. This is my very first mixed media piece that I did, and that's right here. Actually, this is a better picture of it. I saw someone create this, and I just had to do it. I loved the teacups and how they were tilted, and it says take life one cup at a time, and I don't drink tea or coffee, but I just loved this whole design. So that was my very first one for doing mixed media, and I absolutely loved it, and that's what got me into doing art journaling. And from there, you know, I've gone on and created other spreads. This is a mixed media one of just things about me. I created this one. I just love this one so much. So I kind of went then from, you know, journaling from words, moving into pictures. This is some doodling. Isn't she cute? Love that. And I have other art journals. This is one of my absolute favorites. Oh, this is another one. This was an actual exercise that I did, and it was amazing. Like, they have you do this, and then she walks you through this, and then you can pinpoint these things that go along with what she's saying. I think this was Jennifer Joy, and it was awesome how it kind of corresponded with what was happening here. I don't know. We might have to do that exercise together because I found it profound. Oh, and here, oh, I love this one. So I was spreading my wings through art journaling. Here's another fun one. This was using your left hand and your dominant hand to see the differences and how they compare. And one was, this is unlooking and non-dominant, and this is looking and dominant. That was from 2016. So much fun. So, yeah, so much fun. So that's kind of what got me into art journaling, was this one picture here. Then I started to be a little bit creative in how I was journaling. Like here, instead of just, you know, line by line, I did this like square, if you will, and then it keeps going down smaller and smaller. And I mean, I could, you know, go over some of these options more if you guys are interested in actual journaling and the types of journaling that you can do. All I've ever done is read about journaling, and you know, so I have lots of different ideas here. I used circles to create the days of the week, and then wrote in each circle what I was doing. This is one of my favorites. I created these flowers, and then here's a day, and here's another day. And so I used different colors to mark each day, but I journaled within them. Love that. One of my favorites. And sometimes I just stamped. You know, I didn't do it all the time, but oh, look, is that another New Year's? Yes, Happy New Year's. So then I started that year doing the photo challenge in 2016. Oh, I love this. This was a recap of my 2015 year. So I was trying to get out and do more. This is how many books I read. I went to a Ohioana book festival. How many family visits I had that year was 5. These are things that I won, and I listed those. And it says Reflection 2015. I got a PMP, which is Project Management, scholarship. I added this daily prophet because the Harry Potter, you know, you must not be named returns. Oh my God, this is like my favorite right here. I love that. I started Jacqs Scraps. I went to the Scrapbook Expo, and I enrolled in Book of Days, and that was mixed media art journaling. And so I carried on what I had started with that one little layout. So, like, I love this page. And I started back up on Mary Kay, selling Mary Kay. So here was the word of the year for 2016 was strength. So I was trying different things throughout that year. I was trying to find things to help me deal with stress and to just get to know myself better and to bring myself into reality. You know, I don't know if that's the right way to say it, but just so I knew who I was and to cope with some of the hurt that I've had. So this is my son. And that's me when I had darker hair. So, yeah, I kind of just wanted to, this was a photo a day, and sometimes I just got silly, like. So then I kind of morphed into the whole, I need a calendar, and let's get back to the planning. And so I tried to use this concept of adding a calendar. I did brain dumps. I did quotes and gratitudes. Oh, Mr. Fish. He passed away too. So really in here somewhere I mentioned that my Book of the Dead has now become alive, and that's what I wanted. I wanted the Book of the Dead to be alive. And it became that way through me trying all these different mediums to figure out what worked for me. By the way, Mr. Fish is dead. And I put him in here because when I was little, my sister and I, and tells the story here, we stayed up till like 2 in the morning, and we were watching, this is Barnaby Jones' series, and so Mr. Fish and this kid in this show, and he says you have to trust people, and so so the kid turns around and he's, you know how when you do those trust exercises and someone stands here and someone stands here and then the other one falls back and the other person is there to catch them, and then it demonstrates, trusting in other people. So this kid says, Mr. Fish, I trust you. And he falls back. Well, Mr. Fish did not catch him. And he just fell on the floor. And my sister and I laughed so hard. We woke up my mom, who was not happy. And she came out and yelled at us and made us go to bed. Oh my God, that was so funny. It's still funny to this day. But anyways, we love that. So, oh my gosh. So here is when I started to do some faith reading, and I was tracking that. I would do an end of month review, and so I had particular categories that I was tracking, and moods, I was tracking that. I'm sorry, this has become kind of an emotional thing. I didn't realize I was going to go that in depth, but anyways, I just love looking at them to see how it has just morphed. And I did try keeping track like a calendar style throughout rather than just daily journaling. If only I could have chocolate. Girl Scout Thin Mints ice cream. I don't know if you've seen it, but it's out there. I can't have it, but I'm sure it's great. Yeah, so actually, this ended, 2016 ended. Here's the backside. And then I was doing so good. I created my own Alice in Wonderland journal. And I have these little charms on it because then I was really getting into Jacqs scraps and creating paper products. And so I thought, oh, I'll always come back and do the cover. Well, I never did, but it's okay. I never finished this album either because the year changed. So this is the rest of 2016. Again, I was liking having the whole calendar piece and doing some tracking. I was doing eats and water. I actually found out I don't always drink enough water during the day. So this is a journal that I made for me. And it just had, I love this journal. And look here, see the little water is tracked here, my exercise, but I exercise Monday through Friday when I'm working, so I don't really need to track that. Oh, my son's door just opened, so it might get loud. But anyway, so I continued on, and I actually finished, that's at work, 2016 journaling all the way through. Oh, the first time I made beans, pinto beans. So from there, I went on and got into Traveler's Notebook inserts. I did an entire year, and this is all of them. I am so proud of myself for doing an entire year. I would make one of these each month. That was part of my things that I was tracking to keep me journaling. Of course, another pig. My birthday month. But this is what they all look like. Oh, I love that one. Some of these I've shown you before in, that fell out, in some of my other videos. But, you know, each one of them has different components in it. So I won't go through each one of them. I probably shouldn't have gone this much into them. I am so sorry, you guys. So in 2018, I thought, oh, since I did a whole year, I am definitely going to be able to do another year, right? No. So I started out good. I did January, February, March got a little iffy. I didn't finish it, but I did start it. Oh, I got the deed to my car, or whatever it's called. The title. You guys, I didn't even know it because I never checked my mail. So it was like months later that I found it. Oh my God. Thank goodness those payments were automatic and they just stopped, or I would have been paying for nothing. April Fools. So April was not good either. I didn't finish that month. This is, what is this? May. Again, I tried to get back into it. It just didn't happen. I did do June because I did Camp Reset. I know I mentioned that in some of my, at least one of my videos. And so this was fun. I loved it. See there, I was tracking my water. I was getting better. But this was really fun to do. I loved this whole thing. She's actually going to have a dating your goals retreat coming up in January, and this is the Reset Girl, and then she'll have a winter camp reset again. Love that. It was so much fun. It actually got me out of the house, got me doing different things, and so that's what I loved about it. I wasn't just sitting at home all the time, because I do tend to do that. And then this is July. So July, I tried again. At least, you know, I am persistent in trying. That's kind of cool with the flag there. By the way, when you're journaling, one of the things I add now in most of my journals are these little short pieces like this, and I think this kind of originated from Tim Holtz's idea. He had like a step one that he used in his travel portfolios. But I like them because then you can add little things to them, little bits and bobs, and so they're fun. And they don't take up a whole lot of room, and they, you know, lend little peeks to the next page. And so I think that's fun. So I really like incorporating that into my journals. Well, that's when I won that stamp. Yeah. So I did want to mention that. So then I thought, oh, with December coming, I wanted to try December dailies. So if you recall, I purchased those bags from the Dollar Tree, and I cut one up and I used it as the cover for my December daily, and I really like it. I think it turned out really nice. I didn't put anything on the back. I thought I might put something down here because I kind of liked it being white and having this on the front. And I started this. I made a little pocket here. I used that jingle. Whoops. I used, jingle from Authentique, I thought. Yeah. I really love this collection here. Very nice. Sorry, I feel like I'm all over the board. Okay, this I made into like a little tuck too, if you wanted to put something down in there. I did a stamp here. I made this little envelope and put a little note in there of something. And it was a haul, picture of a haul. I try to do pictures of all my hauls and keep memories of those. I don't know why. And I added this cute little bulb that I got from Hobby Lobby with a picture of my mom on the back helping me to craft. And then I kind of just started to go through and decorate this day of cleaning. Oh my gosh, so at work they had the elf, picture of the elf, you know, the movie. So me and my coworkers got pictures. Oh, she's also my friend. Well, coworkers, friends, whatever. So, oh, and on the back of here, I made baked spaghetti, which was actually yummy. Loved it. I found that out from my niece who made it for me several years ago, our family, and it was yummy. This is that tissue paper from the Dollar General. I love it, you guys. But anyways, remember I talked about the wall collage? This is what I did with it. I know it's tiny. Hopefully you can see. But I just love how it came out. It's so cute. So anyways, I started doing this. I haven't finished yet. I just read this thing about the candy cane legend. I've never read that before in my life, and I just thought that was awesome, and I had to include it. Here is a list of all the Christmas movies that I watch. I created this list of all these films, and then I've even since then added 3 more. If you're interested, I could actually post that, but it has all the great ones, like Arthur, Elf, The 4 Christmases, Fred Claus, Snow Day. The Christmas Chronicles was a new one that I saw this year. I really liked that. The Polar Express, The Ref, love that one. The Holiday, Jack Frost, Jingle All the Way, Love Actually, another one I absolutely love and cry at every time. We have The Gremlins and, you know, Home Alone, all those good ones. So if you're needing a listing, I have it. And so this is as far as I got for Christmas. As you see, I've got some stuff tucked away in here. I need to finish that. So all that to say is I wanted to figure out how to do 2019. I've realized over the years I do really well when I have like this calendar type style. I was doing good with the TNs because I like to be creative and put pictures in it. And so I came up with this idea to create a different style of journal, kind of a hybrid journal, if you will. So before we get into the details of the hybrid journal that I created, in addition to doing the, you know, the TNs that I was doing separately, I also was carrying this around. I tried to carry it back and forth and wherever I went. This is a Heidi swap. Absolutely loved it. It's a ring binder, and I was able to just keep some of the day-to-day stuff that you might need in it. My Tuesday morning list, of course. But I was only able to keep like 3 or 4 months in it at a time. And when I started out, I had the whole full month calendar, and I found I wasn't really using that because I actually use an electronic calendar of my appointments. So I found that wasn't needed over the year. And then I was just switching to using the months. And these. So I found I wasn't using these because I just have the electronic calendar. So I also then had, the weeklies, and I would use those. And I would use those to actually mark what I had accomplished or things that I did. And then in the TN, I would, write out how I was feeling or whatever, or going through, or actually things that I did in more detail and add the photos and everything that went along with them. My staycation is over. Yes, that's coming up. Dread. So what I didn't like is that I created this little pocket for it. I would have this, and then I would have the other, and then I'm like, well, what am I going to do with these weekly pages, afterward? Am I going to stick them into my TN in the back? Because I really hadn't planned on that. But it would be the best way to keep it, to take these out, put them in with your TNs or however. So that's made me start thinking about what I was going to do for 2019. So that's the end of part 1. Thank you once again for joining me on this journey of discovering a journal for 2019. And if you are not a member, please subscribe so that you can get the notification for part 2, which will be coming out in a couple days. And until then, take care.